Alrighty then. Like any good YouTuber, I'm late and ill-prepared. Wait, what's this? Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Pot may be legal? Uh-oh. We all know where this goes. Here's the intro.
Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose. Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Now, everybody, come one, come all. Now, or in the future. I see there's some people there. But apparently on the Twitters earlier, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer had tweeted out that we should end the federal prohibition on marijuana. It's been going on for many, many years. Many people still have questions why, but we kind of went with it because certain states, like the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we decriminalized it. We then made it medicinal, and now it's recreational. And there's different categories because it's medicine. Even though you need to pay $200 a year to renew your card to get medicine. That kind of bothered me. I ain't gonna lie about that. Welcome, Angel. Good to see you, my friend. So, again, I'm not an attorney. That's my father, Mr. Memes. But we go to Forbes here. And this was an article brought to us by Tom Angel. This was actually back in, what was it, March? I believe it was March. Here we go. Never has it been more clear that during the COVID-19 pandemic that marijuana has arrived at the forefront of mainstream American society. Yes, I totally ripped off that photo from Forbes. That they took from Yeti. Now, in state after state, governors and public health officials are deeming cannabis business essential operations that can stay open amid coronavirus-related forced closures and stay-at-home mandates. My commentary on this is, I remember there was a hubbub over here before because essentially you could go down to the dispensary and get your medical marijuana. However, you could not go recreationally. And people were like, Nani, what's going on? All I remember is I got my card, and there were no dispensaries. So it's like, wait a second. So what you're saying is nothing actually changes. I'm just literally spending $200 a year towards the state. I'm just saying. It took a while to roll out. I realize these are complex issues here. Now, people might not be able to go bowling or see a movie in theaters, but they can still stock up on marijuana. It wasn't long ago that anyone growing and selling marijuana faced the risk of being arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. But now, in the era of expanding legalization, cannabis providers in many states are held up as vital members of the community who are providing a valuable service on par with picking up prescription drugs at a pharmacy or filling up your car at a gas station. What year is it? It's 2021. How long have we been putting people in jail? I'm just saying. Welcome, K-Show, as well as Dandelion. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. It looks as if we may stop putting people in jail for having a plant on them. Imagine my shock. Back to the article. As we can see, advocacy groups have pushed governors and state officials to ensure that medical marijuana patients, in particular, can attain access to the cannabis they need. That sounds like a familiar story we may have just told. But because many people who use marijuana for therapeutic purposes don't necessarily jump through the hoops needed in order to become officially certified as patients, recreational businesses are also seen as crucial access points that need to stay open. So, real quick little story here. So Lebroski tells me, it's like, yeah, there's this place not that far away. It's like, literally, you go on. There's a site. I think there might actually be an app for that. You put in the thing. You show up. All right. Are you of age? Okay. Here you go. Enjoy. Don't use it on the property. Peace out, everybody. It's like, huh. We've been putting people in jail. And there are still people in jail for this now that is being used as a source of tax revenue. Back to the article. Most of the American public and an increasing number of government leaders stopped buying into the demonization of cannabis years ago, Karen O'Keefe, state policies director for the Marijuana Policy Project, said. Now, not only have 2/3 of states recognized that medical cannabis should be legal, with 11 legalizing adult use, many are recognizing that safe access to cannabis is essential. What is it? It's July 15th. This was written in March, April, May, June, July. So what you're telling me is it literally just takes the media from a respected journal, such as we have here from Forbes. And I also remember Dr. Sanjay Gupta several years ago. He's like, I was wrong. Something along those lines. I am not a doctor. That's Mr. Gupta. But yes, we've been throwing people in jail for a number of years. There are people that literally have had their lives basically extremely, maybe ruined in some cases. I don't know. And the sheer fact that you're thinking about, like, okay, well, how many other situations have arisen just for the sheer fact that why was the cat wranglers out of the side of my head for that advert? It just gains my attention. I like cats as well as can't have me enough squirrel. But Normal, sped NORML, Executive Director Eric Altieri, said it is encouraging to see our nation's public policy and practice is finally catching up to where the vast majority of Americans have been for years. The recognition by our government officials that cannabis is indeed not just here to stay, but an essential part of life for millions of Americans, particularly in the patient community, is a welcome move in the right direction, he said. It has been a move that could not have come at a better moment for those who still require access to maintain quality of life during these trying and troubling times. Thank you, Forbes. Now, again, I sit back, I look at this, and I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. Pardon my French. My apologies to the French. But seriously, I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, didn't we have like a congresswoman resign or something like that because photos of her leaked and she had to be naked hitting the bong? Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the bong thing wasn't necessarily the most scandalous thing. Although I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait, these things are illegal. We still got our politicians catching it. And then depending on who it is, we're like, oh my God, can you believe this person inhaled? Oh my God, look at all the things that they did. And I'm like, all right. I'm not a statistician, but it seems like it's kind of a normalized distribution here in many respects. It's like, I see people from all different backgrounds, from all different political affiliations. I'm like, if you see the same people, and there doesn't really seem to be a corollary pattern there, except for depending on where we get our media from and who we like to point fingers at. If you're actually looking at it, I'm like, well, if most people are doing this, I'm like, well, why would you lie about it? Because it's illegal. Because it's illegal. We have it as medicine, and then still parts of the country, we're locking people up if you get caught with this. Really? Really now? You want to get technical? Again, I'm not a historian. I was mad what he was studying to be. May he rest in peace. But, I don't know. Some folks may say a lot of this initial legislation was, dare I say it, a little racist. I'm just saying. I don't know all the origins of this. Every origin story seems to be a little different, depending on who you ask. It's almost like It depends upon the observer. Now, I see you there, Lewis. Thank you so much. Hey. You need to be an adult. You need to be an adult. You need to be safe about things. It's like Socrates always said, everything in balance. Body, blood, and bile. I am not a doctor. Again, that's Mr. Gupta. Dr. Gupta. My apologies there. But all I'm saying, well, exactly, Lewis. Here's the thing. We've been kind of just like passing it and stuff. I'm like, really? Why do we even have these gray lines and stuff? Okay, keep it away from kids. Don't harm children. But again, let's go back to, it's like, what you're doing in your own home, if you're not harming anyone else, who really cares? Welcome, Doku. Welcome to this. Yes, according to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he says he's in support of ending the federal prohibition on marijuana. What a brave man. Now, that's all I got for right now. I'm gonna go for a run and do stuff of things. Why? Because I can. So, thank you all for watching. Peace out, everybody. Be safe. And no matter what happens, remember.
How do you know if any of this stuff is true? How do you know someone didn't just make it up?
What? You mean just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
I just mean that some of the details...
Whoa, I never thought of that. This is terrible. What if none of it's true? What if they're all lying? How would we ever know?
Have you guys checked out the Memes of Destruction's channel? He's an interesting dude. I like him.